Hey everyone, today for our thought for the day, we're going to look at Joshua chapter 1, where God tells him to be strong and courageous. In Joshua chapter 1, Joshua is being told by God that he's taking over for Moses, and he's also letting him know that every place on which the sole of your foot, it says in verse 3, treads, I have given to you, just as I spoke to Moses. And he names, everything that's going to go on. He says in verse 5, no man will be able to stand before you all the days of your life. Just as I have been with Moses, I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. And then in verse 6, he says, be strong and courageous, for you shall give this people possession of the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Verse 7, only be strong and very courageous. Be careful to do according to all the law which Moses, my servant, commanded you. Uh, Down in verse 9, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not tremble or be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. In verses 10 and 11, Joshua speaks to the officers. In verses 12 through 15, he then speaks to some of the tribes. And then in verse 16, they answered Joshua, saying, all that you have commanded us, we will do. And wherever you send us, we will go. Just as we obeyed Moses in all things, so we will obey you. Only may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Anyone who rebels against your command and does not obey your words and all that you command him shall be put to death. Only be strong and courageous. So our thought for the day is that, even though God can give us an assignment, whatever that is, it could be a parent, it could be a workplace, it could be some type of ministry, whatever it is, God gives you and I to do. He gives us a promise of what's going to happen sometimes. In here, he told Joshua, nobody's going to be able to stand against you all the days of your life. Just as I've been with Moses, I'll be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. And so, even though we get these promises from God, we have to remember that at times those promises, um, it doesn't mean, even though God gives us that promise, that it's not going to have adversity with it, or there won't be conflict, or we'll have to overcome something. And so God tells us, just as he told Joshua, we have to be strong and courageous. Notice he said it in verse 6, verse 7, verse 9, and even the people said it in verse 18. But also remember that God told him, um, as I was with Moses, I'm going to be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. He told him down in verse 9, I'm with you, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And so that's our thought for today is let's be strong and courageous in our assignments and remember that God will not fail us. He will not forsake us. Even though there's adversity, even though there's conflict and challenges in the midst of acquiring the promise, God will remain faithful and he's with us wherever we go. So thanks for watching and hope you tune in next time.